Hello, true art believers. This is Pierson here. This is Pierson. How are you doing today? And I am the number one live art streamer in the world. I hope you're doing well tonight. And it is day 346 out of 400 days of drawing. And we're going to continue the working on this Bulbasaur. I wish I could make these go faster. I really wish I was able to sit down and do like a 3 hour long like live stream so that these drawings could get done quicker. But I'm running on a limited timeline, or was it like a limited resource of time? I guess was what you would call it. Anyways, let's kind of get this guy started. How about that? Oh, excuse me. So we're going to just go ahead and just kind of see what happens. And we're just going to work on it. We're going to work on it, and hopefully it'll pan out. It will pan out. Um, and here we go. We're going to make sure that we have the brush setting low. So what I did today, I had a major, um, actually, I did something very bad today. Or no, I did something bad regarding the live stream. I did not prepare like prompts or some things to discuss while I do my live stream. And it's been something that I've been trying to really get a handle on it, and I just don't seem to know what to talk about. So I'm going to be sitting down. I keep saying this every time. I say this every time. I'm going to sit down and watch other live streamers to get an idea of what they're doing, so I can kind of talk about, see how I can improve off of what I'm doing wrong. But that never happens. It never happens. I never get to the whole sitting down and listening to other like live stream phase, like live streamers and seeing what they're doing. By the way, how are you doing today? Thank you for dropping by. I'm actually not doing good on this drawing already. I'm 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 a little tired. That's pretty much every day, of course. And because of that, I feel like I'm going to be making um bad decisions. And so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to break free of that. And that might entail me just kind of moving the brush around and so forth and see where that takes me. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's usually how I kind of go about all my drawings. Like we're just gonna mess up until something successful happens out of it. Anyway, so we're just gonna move around and add marks, and then that will be like my warm up phase for this drawing here, and we'll see what happens. We're just gonna keep working at it, playing around. Hey, how are you doing today? By the way, yeah, just struggling normal. Like I'm always struggling on my art. Like I get super jealous of other artists. Not like super jealous, but they make a lot of people, a lot of the artists I see, like they just make it seem so like carefree. And me, I'm like, I'm always struggling. Like I'm struggling right now. Partially because I did this ill prepared. I need to really sit down. I keep saying this all the time, and I don't know when I don't know how many more I have to do, like how many times I have to say this before it like sinks in. You ever have that where you keep saying like, "Oh, I need to get in shape, or I need to stop smoking, or I need to do this or that," and you say it over and over again, and it takes like forever for like the thing that you're saying to click. You know, that's what I feel like is problematic for me. Is like there's these things that I know that I need to be doing, and I say it over and over again in hopes that it will um, take hold, but it never does, or never does fully. Um, I did start doing a little bit of preparation before my live streams, but I haven't fully gotten a grasp of what I need to be like preparing for, like what do I need to write down? What type of things I need to kind of consider when I'm doing these live streams. Like what's cool, man. I like I find it so fascinating, like these live streamers and these YouTubers, they make their life seem so much more interesting. And I'm like, man, I live like a super basic life, or like a basic I have like the most basic of days, you know? Like I'm basic. What was it, like the Parks and Rec episode where uh I don't know that one of the characters like, guess what? You're basic. That's what. Doesn't that mean like you're simple or something? You're just or like you're boring or you're simple. I don't know what it means, but it's just apparently it's kind of like supposed to be an insult to call someone basic. But that's there's some excuse me, there's something to be said about being to having that like layer level of consistency, and just like just to be consistent. Like I know I think like in today's world, um oh, like people frown upon like repetition and doing things over and over again each day. And you know, that's where like big things come from. Like that's what that's where like a lot of like not success, I guess success comes from, is like just doing things over and over again forever. You know, and then all of a sudden you've acquired, you've done something of value to the world, you know? So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of moving my I'm actually doing a very poor job about this. I'm just kind of adding hatch marks here and there. Um because I think I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing that. I just feel like I need to do some of the hatching here. And then we're just going to I don't know when the hatching is going to end on this drawing. I just know that I'll know when it becomes too much visually. So that's why I'm just kind of like fiddling around with it in hopes that I kind of stumble across that like oh, this is too much hatching to do. Don't do that, Matt, you know? So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen, is like just by the just by doing so much of the same thing, I'm hoping that like I'll come to a visual conclusion that this is too much hatching to do, and it's hard to find. It's like really hard to know like when what's too much and what's too little until you won't know it. You won't know it until you visually like put it out there onto the drawing surface, I guess, is what I'm trying to like kind of espouse during these live streams. It's really crazy, man. But yeah, I live like a like super boring day. I have like it's not a boring life. Like it's very busy. I do a lot of stuff, but like I don't have like I'm not like traveling on yachts. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna do these really exciting things. It'd be kind of cool to do it if I had the access of like was it like time. I wish I knew what I was doing with this character here. Um, Maybe I'll figure it out in due time. I'll know what I want to do with whatever the maybe I'll figure out like what I want to kind of do with regards to this Bulbasaur character here. I'm still like struggling actually to kind of decide like, okay, this is where I want to go with this drawing and so forth. Um yeah, it's just a giant struggle. It's a very big, very problematic, man. Um, yeah, yeah. Do you guys um have exciting lives, or is this like just like an average day is an average day, like or is like anything exciting that you guys do during the day? Because I do like nothing of like really okay. I there was I was at a work party, and today's the day after that work party, and let me just say that uh I was not feeling up to things because it was I don't know, a little under the weather, if you know what I'm saying. But no, not really under the weather, just like low energy, I guess. We'll see here. So if you want to know what I'm doing, I really don't know. I'm just kind of playing around with these lines, and I'm trying to be with this drawing. I'm trying to be more like loose, I guess, and less um like rigid. And I'm being a little bit more experimental with the way that I'm uh, doing my hatching. I just want to see where it takes me, and see what I can do. Whoopsie daisy. What is like what ways I can play around with the hatching that really works for me, or really works for this drawing. And also, it's a way of me kind of getting out of my shell here. Oh, it's so dry. It's so dry here. Oh gosh, I should have brought water. That's another thing I didn't do. It's like this house. Do you ever have a like? You need a. Do you need a? I need a dehumidifier in this house because it is so dry in this room. It is so dry. Oh my gosh! I did not bring any water either. No water. Oh my goodness. And that's another point like that I need to bring up is like if you're talking and you're doing these live streams and you're like supposed to be doing art, if you're talking and doing art at the same time, one of those acts is going to suffer. You know, either your conversation's going to suffer, or your art's going to suffer. Like because you're gonna be slower to do things, and so what happens when these do these live streams is like my art tends to suffer is because I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to make it like a little bit more exciting, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how these things work. I feel like I'm a pretender in these on these platforms, and I'm trying to be something I might not be. I don't know. Oh gosh, man. Let me tell you, my throat is dry. It's like a desert in this room. So as you can see, I've been playing around with the hatching here. Don't know if it's the right way to go about it, but I think it's definitely interesting to look at, which is why I've been doing it. And we're gonna see where it takes us, where I take it. And yeah, so that's it, man. There's no formula to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of experimenting on these Pokemon drawings here, and hoping something unique comes out of it. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and just trying to enjoy the process because sometimes, like on these days, especially when I came in, kind of like sometimes I just need to sit down and think about how I want the live stream to go. You ever like try to visualize things? Like you ever I hear a lot of like athletes do that where they'll they try to visualize the game or visualize the actions during their sport. And apparently it's supposed to really like it works because it like primes the brain to to it primes the brain your brain to kind of go through the what might actually occur during the act of your profession. So like if you're an athlete, and you're like visualizing the play by play, what it does supposedly on like a subconscious level is probably like it primes your subconscious to do the act, because you've already done the act in your head. Now you got to just kind of like execute whatever that means. But yeah, so I need to really sit down and kind of do that because each day that I'm not doing that, it's coming to the point where it's like, dude, bro, what are you doing? You're you're doing these live streams and you feel like you're not really improving. Like I feel like I'm not really improving. Um, either or maybe it's just like a subconscious thing, where maybe I am improving, but it's so fractional. Like it's we're talking like a 0.01% of improvement, and you won't know the growth until like you've you've I don't know, like until there's so much substantial like fractional improvement that it's hard to like say that you haven't improved or to argue against it because you've been doing it so much that you've been improving ever so subtly each day, and pretty soon at one time, like just like out of nowhere, you're like a beast, you know which I hope is what is happening to some extent on the drawings as well. Not just the live streams, like just not just doing it, not just on the ability to talk for extended periods of time on the live stream, but also you hope that the drawing ability is improving, and it's very hard to see that improvement. It's weird, man. Art is weird. Like some people will improve really by leaps and bounds, and then some people will not improve at all for an extended period of time. And then all of a sudden, like this one thing clicks or something makes sense, and then bam, like they're like amazing. I don't know about that. I'm just kind of like trying to make weird analogies or something. Anyways, I like to think that there's some truth in the fact that if you work on your craft, um, and and through sheer just volume of effort and repetition, you will get better. I like that notion. I like to think that there is some truth to that. Um, Otherwise, man, it would suck if it wasn't true, or if there wasn't any truth to it, because that would mean a lot of people who really try, who practice over and over again, and really try to do an effort and improve into something, and find and like years later they find they haven't really gotten better. Um, and that could also be for other various reasons, not just because they practice every day, but maybe they weren't trying to go past their level of knowledge, you know, where they're trying to do something a little bit outside of their realm of experience. And so that's what I'm trying to do each time. These Pokemon drawing are kind of like that. They're like me kind of pushing like my pushing they're like me pushing against my knowledge base on like what I know to kind of like work with art, like what makes sense to me because of how much because of what I've already done in drawing. I've done lots of different things. Um, and doing this hatching stuff makes me a little I'm like I'm familiar I am familiar with cross hatching, but I am not like I'm not an expert at it, and I'm familiar with line quality and making lines thinner and thicker, but I'm not like a professional at it. I'm not like an expert at that like genre. I'm not really an expert at anything art related. I'm just a decent all around. Um, yeah, I'm a decent all around artist. I'm not gonna like claim I'm an expert at certain things. Although you have like, and you have artists that are like they are experts at their craft. They know exactly what to do on every circumstance. Now, there's also a caveat to that can be like kind of a bad that can be a kind of a bad thing because as I was saying, if you know everything about that certain um, trade that you're doing, that means you're not going past your level of knowledge. That means you're not experimenting or testing yourself, and that's what a lot of artists can kind of get stuck into doing is they improve, but like it's marginal because they're not necessarily doing anything different. Like they're doing like let's say like the that the artist draws female figures, the female figure over and over again. They're really good at it, especially they're like, or like they draw the female figure of they draw like comic characters in like bikinis or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of those on Twitter. I mean Instagram. There's probably a lot of them on Twitter. I don't know where I was going with that, but let's say that they do that. They may or may not get better at it. Like they may be really good at drawing the figure, but like as far as like doing something new and different with how they execute the figure, that might be something that they're missing. Anyways, we're just kind of playing around here. I don't know. I don't know what that. I could be just making a bunch of like making no right like real logical sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just trying to fill up the time here. But I really wanted to do this like earlier today. I just didn't. I was just um like I had other things that were like pulling my attention, I guess. And that's usually like almost every day. So there's always something kind of like pulling your attention. I think that's pretty much everyone. Everyone's always kind of everyone has something that is always there's always going to be something that's going to be pulling you away from certain things in your life. And the thing is though, like you need to recognize that and try to adapt, I guess, and be better for it. I don't know. I think I might be getting. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna keep playing around here and see what happens. We're gonna play around and I don't know. There's gonna be a point on this where I decide, you know what? I'm done doing hatching. I might want to start going. I might want to go back and start working on the actually coloring the character some. And I think it's getting to that point. I think I might have one more 30-minute session of just hatching. And the only reason why I'm saying 30-minute session is because I'm actually going notoriously slow. Like if I was drawing, if I was just drawing, like if I was just drawing and I wasn't doing a live stream and like kind of filibustering, it would just be me, like I would be much quicker because I would be focused on the task. One problem about live stream art is you can't you can be focused on drawing, but you're like your attention is being pulled in two different areas. You know, your attention's being pulled to the drawing and also to having some sort of like conversation or some sort of rapport within the crowd that's watching. And you can't always be drawing and talking at the same time and providing two different points of value. So I think I'm getting to the point where like I'm probably going to start doing the the what do you call it? Um, coloring. That's what I think I'm gonna be doing sometime. Not soon, but like probably next week. After next week, because I'm gonna be doing hatching again next week. But after next week, I think I'll graduate and do some. I'll actually color this a little bit more because right now the flat colors, it's at 47%. It's actually a lot more saturated. Whoa, a lot more saturated than I thought it was. I don't like that. Oh my gosh. I think I might just go back flat. Like I might just go back to this coloration and use these. I might color pick this with the eyedrop tool. I did not realize it was that saturated, everyone. I was like, I like zoomed out, like I made the drawing not like opaque, or like I dropped out the opacity, and all of a sudden, like it looks like a completely different drawing. And that was intense, everyone. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that at all. No, I do not like that at all. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna just playing around here and hoping that like what I'm doing is a action in the positive direction. You know, I'm hoping that these marks and like these lines that I'm putting here is moving the dial forward with regards to my drawing, you know, and that's all you can really ask, I guess. I don't know if I like that either. Let's pivot it and do something like this where you kind of add like a kind of like a contouring. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of like doing hatching that's kind of going back and forth, like it's going the opposite direction of the other hatching areas. So I'm just kind of like, so I have hatching this way, then I have hatching this way. And then right next to I have hatching going down, up and down, as opposed to left to right. And then right here I might have, let's see, hatching kind of go this way. And we kind of zoom out for a second. And see, again, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. I actually think that I might be going overboard now, and I think that's a good thing. I'm getting to that point where I think, you know what, I think I put enough hatching here and marks everywhere that I think I might be getting to the point where I might have to stop, you know. And that's where I wanted to be with regards to this drawing. It's like I wanted it to be I wanted to get the point where like, okay, now that is too much hatching. You know? That's what I wanted it to do. That's what I wanted to do is get to the point where I have I know without a shadow of a doubt that I put too much hatching on there. I don't know if that was a good idea. So I'm just gonna play around. It's getting there. I think I'm almost there. Almost there where I can just start working on the coloring. And as I said, I'm probably going to use um this color, this pigment, and then I'll add this. Then I'll start reintegrating like saturated points of the character of Bulbasaur, or of the previous color palette. I mean, so there we go. There we go. I think that's it for now. Maybe I can make this line a little bit longer here. So something like that. But yeah, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting to the point where, okay, there's too much hatching now. Or I think I've got enough information, but I'm not quite there yet. It's getting to as I talked about this earlier, like I want to have so much hatching on there to the extent that I know, oh my gosh, this is way too much hatching. And so that's where I'm trying to go at. Like, and I think I'm getting there. I think it's almost at that point where like, okay, this is too much. So, anyways, let's kind of I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna put my signature here real quick. 21, 22 um, day. So today is the day 346. Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I got to get going. It's kind of late. Yeah, it's getting late. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And this is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I wish you a very pleasant night. Now, let's see here. I got to hit this little button here, and then I hope you have a wonderful evening. All right. Take care, everyone. Cheers.